Hey, welcome back to week 42 of Foundation 52. This week, we're continuing to talk about human resources. 3 videos this week. This is the third video. The first video was on the hiring process. The second video was on team building. And this video is on employee feedback. Employee feedback is important, or as I like to say, importante. No, I don't like to say that. It's important. You want to get and give employee feedback, but this is really about getting your employees to give you feedback on how they think things are going, right? How are they enjoying their job? How are they enjoying their team members? Where can you do better? What are they missing? What do they need? All those types of things, right? So the single best way to get employee feedback, ask for it. But here's the thing, employees have to know that if they give feedback, that one, you're going to do something with it in terms of if there's something that needs to be corrected or fixed, that they can count on you, that you'll take action when you're asked to, and that there's not going to be any retribution for them giving you feedback, right? So if they tell you that they don't like the way that you lead, or they don't like the way that you handle quarterly goals, like, you can't get angry at them. You got to listen, and you got to figure out how you can correct it so that it's better, and make those adjustments without making them feel like they shouldn't have given you feedback. It's got to be a safe space for them, right? So that's important. That's really important. And that's part of you being a strong leader, is when you ask for feedback and you get feedback, even if you don't like what you hear, you got to do something with that feedback. And you can't punish your employees for giving it to you. So make feedback a part of the process. If you're doing weekly check-ins, when you're onboarding new hires and you're asking them like, hey, how are things going? And you want their feedback, adjust the process if they give you tips on things that should be changed or things that aren't working, right? You want, just make it standard. How are things going? How am I doing? Where can I improve as a leader? Ask. Make it a part of the process. And you want to be able to give feedback to your employees as well, right? And remember the old adage, praise in public, criticize in private. And you can give feedback without being a dick, right? If somebody's not great at, let's say they don't clean up after themselves, then like give the feedback, but give the feedback without being all rough and tumble. Unless you're having to give that same feedback multiple times, there's ways to do it that an employee will be receptive to it and not think like, and not become fearful of you. Cause that's really what you don't want them to fear you. You want them to respect you, but you don't want your employees to fear you. Because if they fear you, they're never going to tell you anything ever. You can survey your employees regularly, right? And they don't have to be long surveys, just surveys. And if you can make them anonymous, you can tell people they're anonymous, but try and build a culture where people aren't afraid to tie their names to feedback that they're giving. You know, you're building a great culture if employees will give you feedback without fear of what they're saying and without fear that you're going to do something because of it. And then just build a culture of open communication where you're transparent, you're asking for feedback, you're giving them information, you're gathering information. People feel safe. People feel like they can provide you information without there being risk, right? That's key. That's a really good working environment where you can give feedback, even if what you have to say isn't the best news. You want to build a culture where open communication is welcomed and where everyone participates. Everyone. Okay, that's it for week 42. I can't believe we are 42 weeks into Foundation 52. That's crazy. All right. As always, if you have questions, do not hesitate to reach out. Make sure you participate in the monthly live Q&A. We love hearing from people and answering questions for you. And if there's anything you need, reach out and let us know because we are here for you. Thanks.